Hello everyone, welcome back. So in previous video, I have discussed about how and why we should create chatbot and how we can work to the chatbot. So let's start. Let's start and build our first AI chatbot application using Python. So everyone, this setup is already done. We have to install PyCharm, which is one of the editor using which we type the code of Python. And also we have to install Python 3.13. I have installed Python 3.13. Some of the versions are like not supporting for some of the AIs or some of the API keys that we can check on, and that errors and the version mismatch issues I'll be showing during my step-by-step coding and the execution. But yes, the setup and the overall setup I will be putting and explaining into the another video that you can check. It's freely available. So let's start with our first line of code, where I'm going to write the very first thing called import Streamlit as st. Okay, what exactly does it do? First, we are importing the Streamlit, which helps us build the web interface for chatbot. Okay, as st, you can see here as st, it's nothing but it is an alias. So you can use st instead of writing Streamlit every time, right? And I've just said that interface for our chatbot. So web interface for our chatbot, let me show you. It looks something like this. Okay, so you can just upload your PDF and here you can ask the question and it is giving you the interface. Okay, so basically it looks like this. Now the next step. Next, we are going to import the another library. That is, we can call it PDF. Here we have the option of PDF reader. So let me just write it. Let me complete it. I'm not taking the suggestion. PDF reader. So I want PDF reader to be imported. But from where? From where? From PyPDF2. Now this is the suggestion I can take. Okay, so these are two libraries I have taken. Now my question is, why this PDF reader and PyPDF2? So already I have shown you, friends. Here we are uploading the PDF. We want somebody to read it. So when we import this PDF reader from PyPDF2, PyPDF2 is your library, it is reading and extracting text from your uploaded PDF file, right? So when you import it, I'm repeating, its job is to open a PDF, read every page and extract the text. Okay, that is why we have imported this. And next, the next we are going to import something related to the character text splitter. So let me just write import. We just write recursive. Okay, you can type it with me. I'm going very slow. Recursive character text splitter. Okay. Now the problem here is from where you are. So we have a very known library called LangChain. Okay, so we have LangChain text splitter. I'm taking the second suggestion. We are importing from there. Why exactly we are doing that? Why do we need this? Okay, like we have taken the Streamlit so that we can get the web interface, and we have taken this PDF reader so that somebody can come and read our PDF and all the entire PDF without leaving any of the word. Similarly, we are importing recursive character text splitter to divide large document into smaller chunks for what do you say? I mean, we want the efficient processing. So what does it do? It imports a text, right? I mean, it is taking the entire text splitter from LangChain. Why we need it? There is a concept of LLM, that is called large language model. I'm going to talk about it in detail, but as of now, you understand that it is somebody who is actually converting the binary 0 1 computer language into the human language. Okay, so LLM cannot read an entire PDF. Okay, it is very large. When it is very large, so it's not easy for LLM to read entirely. So instead, we split it into the smaller pieces. That is called chunks, right? So that is something which is done by this. Okay, I would explain you how it, yeah. So when you have 100 pages, after splitting, and the splitting is done by the library, which we have just imported, it is converting it into the multiple chunks. The last one, when we say that we are already, the PDF is, the reading part is done and every other stuff is done. There are 2 to 3 more things we need to talk, but let's, one more library. The next library is, we wanted to have somebody meaning I wanted to talk about the AI assistant, AI tool, who can actually help me to convert my text into the numbers, into the numericals. Okay, and that numericals we called embeddings. And embeddings, it when you hear it, friends, it seems that it is a very advanced type of topics, but it's not. Just basically understand, like in computer, we have heard that computer doesn't understand direct English or Hindi or any language, but it understands the binary 0 and 1. Consider that embeddings nothing but it is the numericals, right? So I want to import. This is free of cost. That's called Hugging Face. When you are going to use Open API key or any other API keys, it is actually you have to pay for it and you will be getting the paid one. Here, I just want all of you to perform this with me. That's why I'm not using the paid one, and this is completely free of cost. So you can use this after installation. You will be able to get the embeddings from the Hugging Face. So Hugging Face embeddings, something which I'm importing, but from where? So in Python, we write from first, and then what is the library? So again, I'll be using the LangChain. So LangChain has the option called Hugging Face. I'm just selecting it. Okay. Why I want it? What is the reason why? I just need this library to be there with me. After importing this, it converts the text into the numerical. The chunks which has been converted, it is going to convert into the numerical, or we can call it embeddings, right? So these embeddings captures the semantic, or you can say the meaningful text, and instead of just the keyword. Your question could be like, what does it exactly, like what does it do? It is an embedding model, right? So embeddings convert text into the numbers, right? So your text, your chunks are going to get converted into the numbers. Let me show you. I'm talking about this. Okay, let me give you the reference. So earlier, the paragraph, the pages got converted into kind of like splitted into the chunks into the paragraphs. And those are getting converted into this numerical, the vectors, right? So we can call it like, let's say I love AI. That is my chunk. And the chunk is through your Hugging Face embeddings. It is getting converted into this numbers. Okay. And that is something I'm talking about. And for that only we have imported this line number 4. Okay. Now the last one. After import, export, everything, we have so many things actually to do in this small chatbot. We need a database where those PDF which has been extracted and converted into the chunks and then later converted into the embeddings, I wanted it to get stored somewhere, right? So that later when I'm coming and searching, I'm getting from that database. So the database, friends, I'm going to use something called FAISS. Okay, a very famous database. There are so many other databases. I'll not be taking the name, else you will get confused. I'm just talking about FAISS over here. Import FAISS, but from where? Again, from vector store. So I'm taking the LangChain. I am not getting the correct LangChain. It's community actually. So if I take LangChain community, then we have, I'm still waiting for the suggestions. Yes, I have got that, vector stores, right? Now, why this is there? So finally, the final fifth thing which we are importing is FAISS. A high performance vector store. We can call it database, friends. Okay, it's nothing but a vector database. It is used to store and quickly search those embeddings. So those embeddings are going to get stored into this vector store, and that's nothing but your FAISS. Okay, what exactly does it do? When you import the FAISS vector database, FAISS store embeddings, instead of searching text, it searches vector. Searching vector is much faster. Okay, so these are the total 5 things we have imported. Now, in next video, we will be understanding that how the flow is going to be, how we are actually going to use these library and how we will be calling these library and completing our chatbot application. Thank you so much. Stay tuned.